Thank you.
Simon, do you want to start?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
still getting Tony in focus.
Tony, you already played Sunderland once since you've been here, beat them then. What are your thoughts going to the Stadium of Light tomorrow?
It'll be a tough game. I think every game that you play at this level is a tough game, and we just got to make sure, we're right. Whatever Sunderland do, whatever they don't do, Fridays is all about us and making sure that preparation is right for us and the players understand what we're trying to achieve and what we're trying to get out of the game.
You go into this game on the back of a good performance, good result on Tuesday night. Sunderland go into this game not in the best of fettle. Does that have anything to do with this one?
Well, you talk to Chris about Sunderland, talk to me about Middlesbrough. I was pleased on Tuesday. The 3 goals we scored were really good quality goals. It's a great 3 points for us. The real disappointment of the game is obviously the fact that Rudy's fractured his ankle, and he won't play now again this season, we don't think. So that is a massive blow to us as a football club. It's an area that we have struggled in since I've come into the football club, and he has, to be honest, out of all the strikers, he has looked the one who's more likely to score in all the games we've played. The chances that he's missed, he's still been there to have those chances. 2 at QPR, 2 against Fulham. He got a couple of goals the other night, and yeah, we're really disappointed that we'll miss him now for this season.
Obviously significant in the way in the system that you were trying to build up. I suppose the one positive that you've got is squad-wise, you have got options of replacement.
Well, it's up to them now to come up to the mark, yeah. Whoever we play up there, we've got options with whether we play Patrick up there or whether we bring Britt back in. Yeah, we've got options, and they have to come up and like I say, step up to the mark.
A bit of a debate about whether or not this constitutes a local derby. Do you want it to feel like a derby, or is it not something that worries you?
I think the local derby is determined by the local people and what we, in Middlesbrough think and what they think in Sunderland. The football clubs, I'm just a custodian of this football club. The heart and soul of all football clubs are out, on the terraces and in the streets. And I think it's them who decide whether it's local or whether it's not. And I've not been here long enough to gauge, the feelings in that respect. So I'd leave them to our supporters to decide whether it's a derby or not.
Where do you feel you are along the road to where you want to be at this point in terms of the way you're playing, heading towards the end of the season?
Well, every game that I've been involved in has been different in some respects. Yeah, I've got a better understanding now of what's needed. I've got a better understanding of the football club than when I first came in. And yeah, we're unravelling most things, and that's really good news for everybody in respect of understanding the way it works and the way it doesn't work, and what we need, what we don't need. The lads are working hard. They've worked hard. Yesterday, we're having a later training session today, so they could have a good rest this morning. But we'll be out on there working out again today. I think it's me getting used to the way the club's run, and then not being too or change too many things too quickly, and being very, very perceptive in recognising what's needed and being very clever in the way I change it round, so it doesn't really tip the tables too far either way. But there's certainly things that I like about the place, and there's certainly things I don't like about the place, but it takes time.
Would you have expected to be facing a team who are propping up the Championship in this fixture at this stage of the season?
As I've said, if you're going to speak about Sunderland, speak to Chris. My responsibilities, my sole responsibilities is Middlesbrough Football Club. That's where I eat, drink and sleep at the moment, and my only concerns about this football club. Other football clubs, when we play them, I've got the greatest respect for Chris, greatest respect for Sunderland Football Club. It's a wonderful football club. But we're and I am concerned about my club, and my club at the moment is Middlesbrough Football Club, and I think everybody will tell you that, you know, from the first moment I walk in to the moment I walk out, I'll give everything for this football club.
If you permit me, I'm going to try one more.
Yeah.
When you were at Stoke, you always seemed to have a great relationship with the people in the boardroom. The same seems to be the case at West Brom. You clearly have that here in your opening months at Middlesbrough. It's perhaps something that not every club has, let's say. It doesn't look like Sunderland have it at the moment. How important do you think that that clear line of communication and the fact a club in harmony is?
Well, when I was a young manager, I spoke to Bruce Rioch, who was actually, I'd managed at this football club. I think he was at Bolton at the time, and Bruce told me one of the great relationships and the most important relationships is the chairman and manager's relationship. And luckily, I've worked with you know, some good people, and I've worked with some not so good people. So I've had the balance, and I understand which way and how difficult it can be both ways. But fortunately, for Middlesbrough, for myself and for Steve, we seem to have got a really, really decent relationship. You know, I've got great respect for him. He's been good. He's been not just good with me, he's been good with my family, which is important to me. And yeah, you know, like I say, it's doing the best we can every game, right until the end of the season, and hoping and praying that we can get in the playoffs. And the aspirations have never changed. I want to try and do that, and I want to be. I'll make everybody aware that, you know, we could lose the next 3 games, and then win 9 or 8 on the bounce and get in the playoffs. You know, everything is about today and tomorrow and today and tomorrow. Well, there's opportunities, and there's lots of opportunities left for us to get the points to get in those playoffs, and that's what we'll try and do. Whether we're good enough or not, that remains to be seen.
Tony, you talked about consistency. Would victory at the Stadium of Light and a good performance, would that be another baby step, mini step towards that goal? Well,
you need to put a run of games together, and that's without you know, without being too clever. That's what we've got to try and do, and we've got to back up results with good results. And yeah, it's going to, like I say, it's going to be a tough game because they're fighting for their lives. We know how tough it'll be. Losing Rudy is another blow for us, but it's one that we have to get on with, and then we move on. You know, we've got a game after that against Leeds, which will be a tough game at home. So they're all big games, they're all tough games, they're all big games.
Would you sacrifice the 3 points you got against Hull just to have Rudy fit for the rest of the season?
No, I think that's hypothetical in lots of respects. The important thing is the person who comes in now and takes his place actually picks the baton up and plays the maximum of his ability and gives the maximum effort to the team. You know, I can accept people making mistakes. I can accept people dropping down in respect to technical ability at times. But what I do want is people who are going to run around and people who are going to give everything for whichever position in the team they play. I just want them to give everything for the team and for their mates.
In the case of Britisong longer, I mean, somebody who could get his opportunity, I mean, presumably you'd be looking for him to be really hungry to prove a point?
Yeah, I hope so. But you know, like I say, if it's Brit or if it's someone else, whoever comes in, then you know, we want them to work as hard as the rest of the group. And you know, that hopefully, you know, with the ability that we've got in the group, that will see us through.
Do managers and players look at the league table quite a lot? I mean, you are just in touching distance now of the top 6.
I always look at the next game. As soon as we've finished, it's the next game, and looking at the team and looking at what they're up to, what they've done, and then trying to find a way, paint a clear picture, and give that to the players in respect on the training ground, which is important for me. I think
you don't want to talk about Sunderland per se, but they do have problems at home, and it's quite easy for the crowd to turn when they start poorly. So a lot of away sides are kind of starting like an express train, thinking that if we get a goal up, that's almost the game won.
I wish it was as easy as that. That sounds so easy. I've been in a game too long to. Every game is different, and like I say, I'm not concerned about really what Sunderland are doing or what Sunderland are not doing. It's important that we concentrate on what we can do.
What I'm trying to get at is, when a team's struggling at home, does it perhaps change the mentality of the away side a little bit?
No, I think that, well, for me personally, we go out to win every game, whether it's a struggling team or a team at the top of the table. You know, there's still angles, there's still things that you work on, weaknesses that you you maybe feel you can exploit with your strengths, and that's what I've always done.
The footballing gap that seems to have opened between yourselves and Sunderland, that just shows how quickly football can change in just a matter of months.
Well, you have a look at the Championship and have a look at how many teams are in the Championship who their supporters would think are Premier League clubs, and that's what happens. You know, this is the most competitive country in the world in respect of leagues. It's the greatest competition from bottom to top anywhere in the world, and you can see it from the Championship right away through to the second division to non-league football. You know, the standard of football is extraordinary, and it's something to be very, very proud of in respect of, you know, people will go and watch Hartlepool, people will go and watch Darlington, you know, they go down and watch Poole in where I live, and you know, they expect their team to win, and they're supporters. It's tribal, and that's what we are. We're a tribal nation, especially when it comes to sport.
Finally, from me, I mean, I think we're expecting snow next week, but I mean, spring isn't too far away. Is this the time of the season where you as a manager start to get really excited? Spring?
I've seen the sun twice since I've been up here. We'll wait and see.
Thanks, Tony, very much.
No problems.